Alright, in this particular video we're going to be going over linear equations, word problems, and graphs. Something you want to make sure you have access to is this Texas Star version of test mode. I've typed in some things. I'm going to delete them because you need to know how to do them on your own. Alright, so we have this one right here. Now we have a graph right here, and it says Wilbur. Why am I thinking of Charlotte's Web now? I don't know. Landed his plane, the plane's elevation relative to the ground as a function of time. So you need to know what's happening. It looks like we're in a plane. And what's happening looks like he's landing his plane. So eventually his plane will land after, let's see here, at approximately, it looks like 1700 seconds. And then right here, he starts at an elevation of 8500. So when you're doing this, it's important to know what your y-intercept is and what your x-intercept is. So I'm going to put a little point right here, and I'm going to put looks like we're at 8500, and right here that's 15. So yeah, looks like we're at 1700. All right. Let's see what they ask. How high was the plane after 1,000 seconds? Well, that was easy. How high was the plane after 1,000? After 1,000 seconds, it's right there. Looks like it's about, what, 3,500. So here's all you got to do. Sometimes it's super easy. All you got to do is just look at the 1,000, go up to, let's do a straight line. There we go. 1,000 seconds, right over there, 3,500. If it's not 3,500, then they're wrong. Oh, I get to type it in. Cool. 3500. Boom. Nailed it. Okay. Let's look at this one. Oh, I love this word. This word right here, initially. Anytime I see the word initially, you know what I think of? Think of the y-intercept. That's what I think of. We'll see if that's what it is, okay? All right. The amount of slushie left in the cup as a function of time, so Sean drank a slushie as fast as he could. Well, that's super easy. It says how much slushie was initially in the cup. Well, that's always talking about the y-intercept. So it looks like there's 600. Golly. Give us a hard problem, huh? All right. Jada sells ground paprika. What a boring job. Okay. Her weekly profit in dollars as a function of the amount of paprika she sold that week in kilograms is graphed. All right. So it looks like she started in the hole. Okay, she had some costs. Then eventually she made a profit. This is all profit up here. All right, this is where she broke even. All right. So it says, how much does Jada make for selling 5 grams of paprika? Paprika. All right, so she's got to sell 5 grams. Well, let's think about this. Let's figure out what the slope is like. So here's the, say 5 kilograms. Yeah, 5 kilograms. So right now we're going to find the slope. So when you're finding the slope, it's very important that you actually find points that you can plot. I think I got one right there. Let's find another one right there. Okay. And I think we could also find one right here. All right. So we're going to make a little table. All right. Make a little table. Make an X and a Y table. This point looks like it's at 35,0, so we put 35,0. Here we're at 60 and 200, so I put 60 and 200, and then, bam, I just do the slope. What's the slope? The change in the y over the change in the x. Well, what's the change in the y? 200. What's the change in the x? What, 25? All right, 25. So we got what? 200 over 25, and I believe that's going to be an 8. Okay. All right, 200 divided by 25. Yep, that's 8. Okay, now here's another way of thinking about it. All right, so you can also use Desmos and make a little table to find your slope. You make a table. All you need to know how to do is find ordered pairs. We had a 35 and a 0. There it is, 35, 0. And then what was the other? Was it, let me look. 260 and a 200. Okay, 60, 200. Okay, there you go. There's your 2 ordered pairs. And then you got to do the phrase that pays, which is y1. And then you got to do this little tilde. Now, if you want to know where that is on Desmos, it's right there. okay? And you type in an M, an X, a 1, and then put plus the letter B. Does everybody see right there that M is what? 8. Now, that's the slope per 1 kilogram. So she makes $8 for 1 kilogram. That's what that means. But it says, how much does she make for 5 kilograms? So if it's $8, cha-ching, per 1 kilogram, how much cha-ching would she make for 5 kilograms? All you got to basically do is just multiply it by 5 and you get 40. So I'm going to say 40 would be how much she would make for 5 kilograms of paprika. There it is, 40. I like it. All right, last one. It says, Amir drove from Jerusalem to the lowest place on earth, the Dead Sea. His altitude relative to sea level as a function of time is graphed, so it looks like he was 440 meters above sea level, and then he drove, and it eventually went below sea level. All right, how fast? Oh, how fast did he descend? So once again, we're looking for the slope. So whenever I'm looking for slope, I try to find two ordered pairs that work beautifully together. Like, you got to be able to find them. So I'm going to start with an easy one right here, which is what? 0, 4, 40. And then let's choose the x-intercept. That's pretty easy. Right there, it's at a 40, 0. All right, now, this is the non-traditional way. You probably heard of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just doing it a little bit different, okay? So think of it this way. If I said, what is 440 minus 0, all right, that goes down what? It goes down 440. So I'm just going to put, ready, 440 minus 0. That gets me to a positive 440. And then here, I'm going up 40. But if I do 0 minus 40, that gets me to a negative 40. And you still get the same answer. Ready? This is the change in y. This is the change in x. And all I'm doing is negative 440 divided by 40. And I get negative 11. Now what does that mean? Our slope is negative 11, but that means that's how fast he's descending. He's descending at 11 meters per minute. 11 meters per minute is the speed at which he's descending. So I'm not going to type in a negative 11. It says how fast is he descending? 11 meters per minute. But you could also do this in Desmos. If you're like, I don't like it by hand, I want to do it in Desmos. That's totally acceptable and okay. Go over here, type in my new ordered pairs, which was a 40 and a 0, and a 0, and I believe it was 440. And you can see that the slope is negative 11. You just have to know what they're asking you to find. All right. So where it says 11 meters per minute, that was our answer. And that's all I want you guys to do. All right. So that's this video. We're just looking over linear equations, word problems. Sometimes it asks you for the slope or to apply the slope. Sometimes you just got to interpret the graph. But hopefully you know how to find the y-intercept, the x-intercept, and you know how to also find the slope. That's it.